lot of supplies here that look right for the picking.
Rucker said to be looking for you. Hope you got some good news about those anatomy textbooks. Well, Appalachia's never really given the responders any breaks, you know? There's so much we don't know how to treat. Sometimes it's hard to know if we're even treating the right thing. With how many sick and wounded we get coming in here, we need every advantage we can get. And the information you're bringing us provides us that advantage in a big way.
Wonder if they have any chems laying around here.
So many pages. This is a lot of knowledge we might have lost if not for you. You've done the responders a great service, and now it's our turn to get to work. How are the folks at Foundation doing? If I wasn't so busy, I'd go visit sometime.
Wow, they really got this out here.
If you need a bed for the night, I'm sure Orlando could find a place for you.
It's nice to
If you want to taste something heavenly and divine, Miss Esme is always whipping something up in the kitchen.
White Spring is fabulous this time of year.
Hey there. Don't think we met. I'm Skippy Rorich. Something I or the Union can do for you? The Union is a sort of a... I guess you might call us a confederation, or a resistance. People banding together for defense. See, there's a group in the pit. Calls themselves fanatics. All they care about is conquest. They want the whole pit for themselves. They roll into your area, You either join them, they force you to labor for them, or they kill you. And they're coming for everybody. The Union's the only thing standing between them and their total conquest of the pit. As much as we're able, anyway. What's a Skippy look like, huh? Call me Skip if you like that better, or whatever you want. Just don't call me Mr. Rorich. Never felt right, that. Took me weeks to get that Orlando character to stop doing it, at least to my face. That's right, looking for someone to help us take the fight to the Fanatics. Surprised we got a taker, actually. You are interested, right? Hell, you've got raider gangs here, right? I've heard about your Blood Eagles. The Fanatics are something like them, but more organized. Imagine every single raider gang you've ever heard got together and decided to make like Genghis Khan. Sweep over everything. Kill anyone who won't join. And put anyone too weak to fight into forced labor camps. Everything that's not theirs, they take. That's the Fanatics. And be glad they're not here. Bad. Don't get me wrong. It's home, and I want us to keep it. But we got hit bad in the war, and we've never recovered. Lots of radiation. Some areas are badly toxic, with all the junk that got blasted into the air or spread around from the factories. People are sick a lot. From one thing or another, and food can be hard to come by. Hell, some of the city's still on fire, I think. But some of the factories survived, and we got them running. Gives us access to things you can't get anywhere else. Might even be able to rebuild. If it weren't for the Fanatics. Because it's home, damn it. Mine, ours, all of us who were born and lived there before and after the bombs. Ain't that enough? If the Fanatics are out of the picture, we can rebuild. Make something out of it again. It doesn't have to stay like it is. If that ain't enough for you, picture this. A horde of Fanatics, hundreds, thousands strong, setting their sights here. Sound like something you want? The Union's back's against the wall. We're doing our best to hold off the Fanatics. Keep them from taking everything. Occasionally, we win some small victories, but not a lot. Got a couple of situations back there right now where an extra hand might tip things in our favor, at least for now. I don't want to call it mercenary work, but I'm not gonna lie. You'll be going there to fight. Fantastic. Let me just get Rucker in here. It's her bird, after all. Thanks for coming by, Rucker. Looks like we got a volunteer to take a trip out to the pit.
We've met. Had a feeling you might be up for this when you came by earlier. Guess I was right.
Figured you should be involved, if we're gonna borrow your plane.
Don't let Lennox hear you call it a plane. She takes it personally. Anyway, sure thing. You've done right by me. So you got the okay for me. Sophie and Esme tell me you helped them out too. So as far as the responders are concerned, you're good to go.
Well, we got two different locals I know are in need of help. Locals are what we call union groups that act independently. Local 42's in the industrial district. Hex, their leader, is struggling to keep her people alive and retake a foundry from the Fanatics. We got another over in the trench working against a Fanatic forced labor camp. Danilo is your contact there. Haven't heard from the other locals recently, but I'm sure we'll be hearing from them if they got trouble too. It's up to you who you want to help right now. Maybe you'll consider going back again later for the other. Great. This means a lot to the Union. I'll make sure you're well rewarded for it. I might have some other things I need help with here in Appalachia too. I'll let you know. Good luck up there. We're counting on you.
Heard folks
Back
had
for
all
more of the
thought
Skipster's
they could
wisdom,
drink
eh?
before the war.
I heard a
Lucky
bunch of
bastards.
nerds arguing over
Well,
comic
not
book
lucky.
heroes yesterday.
The bomb
Aren't there
and
more
everything.
important things to worry about?
Whoa, hey, now you look interesting. What's up? I'm Lennox. Fully fueled up, she'll get us there no problem. Us and any friends you want to bring along. And back, in case you were worried about that. Unless someone hits us with an RPG or something. I'm like, 85% sure that won't happen. First place we checked out after we got the old girl working again. Far enough to prove her out, close enough for our fuel. The city's in bad shape. Real bad. Of course, I only saw it from the sky, mostly. I stay with the bird and leave the hiking to others. They only shot at us a little when we flew over, not too bad. Nothing she can't handle. We got a safe LZ now, so that shouldn't happen again. Probably. Yeah? Right on. About time we made another trip out there. I mean, me and my girl here. You haven't been, I guess. Ruckus said somebody'd be coming by. Guess you're it. If you're all set, I'm ready when you are. She's all fueled up for the trip out and back. I'm a miracle worker in the sky, but even I can't make a fly on willpower alone. Now I get my girl ready for takeoff, and you just tell me when you're ready to go.
Nothing's ever simple.
Neon lights, forbidden delights, come have it all, right here in Atlantic City.
Hey, you got a great voice, lady. Wish I could stay awake to hear it.
Excuse me? Just who do you think you're speaking to?
Oh, shut it, Connie. You're always starting crap.
I got the right to say what I mean. Your fancy jazz is putting me to sleep.
Really? Now I don't know what indignities you and this country thrift store are forced to survive out here.
Hey, I scavenged these threads from Charleston landfill, fair and square.
You're living in a bubble, lady. The wasteland ain't no place for some snazzy pre-war nightclub.
Get out of my club! Get out! Out!
Oh, jeez Louise. You don't have to tell me twice.
By the way, your singing sucks anyway.
The nerve!
Well, that was embarrassing. Welcome to the Rose Room. Anything to drink? I apologize on behalf of my mother. We'll have enough trouble getting people in here without her immediately scaring them away. To be honest, this is more turnout than I expected. Which is welcome, of course. I mean, I just hope the rest of them are friendly. Anything to drink? Yeah, well, I've got more of them than I'd like. Sorry, it's not your job to hear me complain. It's your job to relax, have a drink, and enjoy the music. So, what can I help you with? There's another question for my dear mother. We just moved here from the coast, Atlantic City, which, believe it or not, is doing pretty well compared to, you know, everywhere else. Over there, Mom was an entertainer. It's what she does, what she knows. I don't think she's woken up to the reality of what the rest of the world is like out here. See, that's, you know, why does anyone move, really? To see new sights, you know, make new friends, get a fresh start. Could I offer you another drink? My sister's sitting over there. Dad's probably up in his room. He's getting up there, starting to have some cognitive issues recently. It doesn't make him great for socializing. Yeah, I really could. My mom thought we weren't going to have any trouble tonight, but the crowd I've seen so far, I have my doubts. Big ones. If you feel inclined, could you keep an eye out? Maybe, if it's necessary, handle a fight? But keep a low profile about it so Mom doesn't freak out. I'd really appreciate it. Really? You mean it? Go ahead and join the audience. If nothing happens, then, you can enjoy the show just like everyone else. I hope that's the case, but, you know, better safe than sorry. And thank you. I do really appreciate the help. Welcome to the Rose Room.
Hello, folks. Rowdy looking bunch out there. Well, as I say, there's no better cure for a long day than some snazzy tunes. Sit back and enjoy.
I can't listen to this baloney no more. Let's light this place up.
God damn it!
Everyone
Did
duck!
you see me give the goddamn signal?
Better not be another overrun.
The wrong instructions. How hard is it to follow simple instructions?
Enzo, why is my audience dead?
Why don't you ask this guy before he croaks?
I mean, really? What does on my signal mean to you? Does it mean whatever the hell you want? Didn't turn out well for them. What about me, huh? Condemned to death by the stupidity of others. It was simple. Wait for all the Russos to be in the room together. Shoot on my signal. Couldn't follow either one. Almost makes me happy to be put out of my freaking misery. Wouldn't you like to know?
Whoever it was, they're wasting their time sending you all this way.
Hey, I told them the same thing, lady. Starting to think they wanted to get rid of me, too.
Vincenzo, what did you do?
What? Really? You of all people are gonna point your finger at me?
Guess every one of you nutsos has a reason to be afraid of payback from Atlantic City. Sleep tight, Russos. I may not be the last to come for you.
Just nonsense is all it is. We can't let them scare us.
We don't know who they are to begin with.
Oh, don't act like you're above all this. For all we know, someone at City Hall has it out for you.
I can't even begin to tell you how little you know about me and City... Shit, Abby.
They're gonna come for me.
Are you okay?
They're gonna come for me. Get away from me. They know. I thought I covered my tracks. They're gonna come back. They're gonna...
What are you talking about?
She's got the shakes. Could be she's danced with the devil. You're my own mom. Don't talk to me like...
Crap. I think you're right.
Those who fancy themselves part of the Atlantic City high life have access to a special intoxicant. They drink the devil's blood. I should have paid more attention. Must be the stress of the move got to her.
You say that now. All of this was your idea. We're so busy dealing with your problems, there's no room for anyone else.
Is that really how you feel, Vincenzo?
Yes, it is 100% absolutely how I feel.
After everything I've done for us, everything I've sacrificed. Unbelievable.
Crap. I think I went too far. Sorry about all this. I was right to expect trouble, just not this much of it. Just, please go talk to my mother for me. It was a bad time to set her off. Right now, we just need to figure out how to help Abby. That regardless of any issues between me and her, she needs to come down and be there for her daughter. Tell her I'm sorry, and Abby needs her right now. She needs all of us. I can't do this on my own. Thank you. I know you'll have better luck than I would.
I'm so cold. What was that?
Opening night is a failure. I offer drinks, games, music, more excitement and luxury than this dreary mountain range has ever seen, and what do I get? An audience full of hitmen, a strung-out daughter, and an unappreciative son! Just ridiculous! Nothing makes sense anymore!
I'm so cold.
Need me! The last time they needed me was when they were in diapers. Those unruly children learned the gift of language and have used it to complain ever since. Of course he does. And I'd like one thing in the last 20 years of my life to count as a success! Is that so much to ask for? Ah, fine. I'll come downstairs and help. The extra moment of peace isn't worth delaying the inevitable. But it's not like I'll be able to do anything anyway. You think I'm not concerned? Let me ask you something. What do you do to de-stress? Read a comic? Listen to the radio? It's the apocalypse. Maybe you go out and blow some heads off. Whatever it is, it's a distraction. A tool to stay sane under pressure. So don't you dare judge me for keeping my head above water. Much better to complain than to have an emotional breakdown.
They're gonna come for me.
Do me one favor first. Go upstairs and let my husband Antonio know what's happening. He may not understand, but he should at least be told.
Must have left something. Where did I screw up?
Well, pleasure to meet you. Welcome to the Russo's Haven. How do you like the festivities? Blood of the devil? No, that doesn't sound like something anybody should be drinking. Me? Oh, I'm right as rain. Oh, how are you doing this fine evening? Enjoying the festivities? Hitman? What hitman? Have you been watching too much television? My daughter. Oh, you know, I still remember catching little Abby with a pack of candy pilfered from the convenience store. So clever. Yeah, and so stubborn. I never thought that she would, were we talking about somebody? Going already? But you just said hello. Have you met my kids? Little skips.
What was that?
You're back. Thanks for that. Look, I've done some thinking. Devil's blood is highly addictive, and withdrawal is dangerous. It could even be fatal. We're hundreds of miles away from anyone who knows what to do about this. Doctors here are only going to know about regular chems.
A doctor's not good enough anyway. We need the blood. This isn't like any other chem. When you dance with the devil, you either keep dancing or you get burnt to a crisp.
What was that?
Oh. Oh, my darling girl.
Say, you don't happen to be on good terms with the refuge, do you? That's a boon we really need right now. I need to ask you something crazy. Because you don't really know us, and really, from what you've seen so far, have no reason to trust us. But my sister is in trouble, so I'm going to ask. Could you fly to Atlantic City and bring back a dose of Devil's Blood?
You make the second part of that sound like a simple ask.
I did say it was crazy. But please, and I really mean it, it'd be a bad idea for any of us to go back there right now. If newcomers like us could even negotiate a flight in the first place. It's an exclusive camp, typically only accessible to high society and to the people that source it. The mob. You'll have to find one of them.
Where did I screw up?
See what you can negotiate. Remember the firefight earlier? Whoever sent those people still has it out for us.
For one of us, in any case.
Undetermined. We could fight about it all day.
Get away.
You're not joking, right? Oh, you can pull this off. Abby needs you to. Please, just let us know as soon as possible if anything goes wrong. I'll do whatever I can for her in the meantime.
Cold.
Are these
What was that?
operating hours? You know what, it doesn't matter, just don't cause a scene. No shopping for miles, not even a convenience store. And the way these Appalachians decorate their vending machines, just a travesty.
Must...
Hey there. The name's Maggie. I'm looking for someone to head into Monongah Mine for me. I'll pay for anything you can find about a man named Earl Williams. He was my pops. The mine's been closed up since before the war, but you look like the resourceful type. Think you can lend me a hand? Fair enough. What do you want to know? He and some other townsfolk got some liquid courage one night and decided to go up to the mine. I knew that damn bourbon would be the end of him somehow. They kept going on about getting the last of what they could before that Deke Sykes from Hornwright Industrial closed up the mine. Well, that son of a bitch ended up blasting the entrance closed with everyone still inside. This was back in January of '76, after Hornwright cleaned out everything that they could from the mine. So, I'm not delusional. I know he's dead. It's been over 20 years, and if the hunger didn't get him, then I'm sure the radiation did. I hope he didn't suffer too much. You don't think I tried? I clawed at the rubble until my hands bled, and they had to drag me away. They told me that my pops ran off and said the others left Monongah since there was no more work. I think it was some sort of cover-up. They either got paid off by the Hornwrights to keep quiet, or they didn't want to deal with the expenses of a rescue mission. What are you trying to know? Fair enough. I'll tell you what I can. Well, I'm not sure you'll find much more than some dead bodies, but if you happen to come across anything that belonged to my pops, I'd be grateful if you could bring it back to me. Well, there is one thing. A pocket watch. My pops always carried it on him. If you find it, you'll know it's him. It's engraved and has a photo of us inside, so it should be easy to know it's the right one. In 1907, that mine had one of the worst mining disasters in history. And then almost 2 centuries later, more people get trapped and buried in it. So yeah, don't be too spooked if you see a skeleton or two. The world is littered with dead bodies now. Get used to it.
So glad to be away from the pit.
You make some time to help me out yet? I promise I'll do what I... I'll pay you with whatever I can. That watch is more important to me than any other thing I own. Yeah, I know she's in town. I've been keeping an eye on her. Shame about her face. I guess the Hornwright's ugliness is finally showing up on the outside. With all those horrible nukes dropping and destroying everything, you'd think one would land near Monongah Mine. I bet a powerful blast like that would knock the rubble out of the way so you could get inside. Good luck.
Those raiders are just out there, waiting for a chance.
As I've said, Mrs. Russo, the facilities are available to responders and refugees.
I am responding to a need to save an addict from the terrifying consequences of indulgence. I suppose your charity doesn't extend to dirty junkies. Is that it?
As it stands, I have no way to verify your story. Had you a prior relationship with us, or the victim was present for our medical staff to...
Prior relationship? So this is a refuge ruled by nepotism, is it?
I deeply apologize for the commotion, darling. We do strive to make every visit to the White Spring a pleasant one.
Finally, you've arrived. I was resigned to having to convince this lunatic that my daughter is dying all by myself.
Do you know this woman?
Unfortunately. Is that your response to good hospitality?
Ah, well, looking past the assertive attitude of our new acquaintance, it does behoove the refuge to help those in need. Perhaps you could provide more coherent details regarding this woman's conundrum? In that case, you will be happy to hear that the leaders of Atlantic City are sponsoring travel for visitors. You might speak to Mr. Jeremiah Hopkins about it, if you haven't already. He has a booth out in the common area, beside the stage. So long as you're willing to provide assistance to the locals during your travels, you may fly to Atlantic City whenever you'd like.
Incredible. Was that so difficult?
You're graciously welcome for the flight, Mrs. Russo. Now I'm afraid I have other duties to attend to. Lennox shall be happy to board you once your preparations are complete. Excuse me.
It baffles me how you're able to deal with that person. I mean, where are they from? The 17th century? Oh, you were you? And what was I supposed to do? Just leave my daughter's fate in the hands of some stranger hundreds of miles away? For all I know, you might throw back the blood at your first opportunity. Then you'll find yourself splayed out naked on the boardwalk 2 days later, choking on your own vomit. I suppose the showman would dispose of you before letting you bare your cheeks on their turf. And then where would that leave me? And Abigail? Wonderful. I'll be having a drink at the bar until our departure. I'll need it to get me through that dreadful flight.
Excuse me! Sorry to interrupt you. I just heard you were going to Atlantic City and it's not safe there. There's a monster. I saw it. People keep going missing. That's why I left.
You're not mouthing off about some Jersey devil, are you? What a load of hogwash. My parents told me that story when I was a child to scare me into submission. Well, it didn't work, and no Jersey devil has snatched me from my bed.
It's real, I swear! They're siphoning its blood and turning it into a drug. That's why it's so angry now.
Marketing tactics. What would you name a chem that's supposed to be the ultimate temptation? Would you call it innocent angel milk? Siphoning blood. No sensible business person would put in all that effort, even if the Jersey Devil was real.
Loud tourists, low-tier entertainers, showgoers on their way home from the pier. The devil swoops down from the sky and swallows them whole.
The perfect cover story to disappear anyone inconvenient. devil almost got me too! Oh, good thing I fled to the mountains!
Appearances count.
Long ago, a woman known as Mother Leeds cursed her 13th child. When she gave birth to the child one stormy night in the Pine Barrens, it transformed into a winged devil and flew off into the night. It's been tormenting Jersey residents ever since. At least I warned you. Better for my conscience. Keep your eyes on the skies.
Considering all of the places I could have ended up, I'm extremely lucky I'm here. I've never felt so.
Have your thoughts? Ask them.
Sorry.
I'm really sorry to bother you, but do you know anything about fixing robots?
It is a lot of work to maintain the property.
What a relief. I really need your help. I screwed up real bad. I think I might have broke one of the robots here, and I don't know how to fix it. Okay, it started like this. I tried to load a holotape into one of the robots here. I know I shouldn't have, but I did. The tape got jammed and the robot shut down and I don't know how to fix it. I'm so worried I'm going to get in trouble. I have nowhere else to go if I get kicked out of the White Spring. Well, it's a bit complicated, but I'll tell you if you're sure you want to hear about it.
Suppose a nice refuge like this is worth more
I'm a refugee here. I only escaped from the pit a few weeks ago. I barely made it. Fanatic hunters caught up to me crossing the Monongahela. I nearly lost everything during the chase. I would have lost my life too if not for Rusty. Rusty was my dog. Had him since he was a puppy. He was my best friend. Maybe my only friend. When the fanatics caught me, Rusty tried to defend me. I got away, but Rusty didn't. I couldn't even go back for his body. The holotape is the only memento I have left of Rusty. I used to record little snippets of our life together. You know, happy memories. Unless someone's moved it, the robot should still be right where I left it. It's in the rec room. Hopefully the board games there are keeping everyone distracted so they won't notice the broken robot. Wait, before you go, I've got one more favor to ask. When you're fixing the robot, if you're able to recover the tape for me, I would really appreciate it.
On these refugees. The pit must be a real hellhole.
No way I could go up 10,000 feet, so...
This is a nice vacation.
Oh, thank goodness you're back. Were you able to fix the robot? Oh my god. Thank you so much! I don't have a lot, so it's not much, but please take this as my way of saying thank you.
It's nice to see people around in the responders uniform again. suppose a
This is an
nice refuge
emergency
like this is
broadcast
worth more
signal
hungry
from
mouths.
Authentication code
Wonder if they
Barracuda.
have any chems laying around here.
Emergency classification. Blast door integrity compromised. Any available Vault Tech personnel are required to respond under emergency protocol BT-21. This signal will repeat.
Why even bother helping people that can't help themselves?
This is an emergency broadcast signal from Authentication code Barracuda. Emergency classification. Blast door integrity compromised. Any available Vault Tech personnel are required to respond under emergency protocol BT-21. This signal will repeat. This is an emergency broadcast signal from Authentication code Barracuda.